Welcome to a second update today, and as we speak we're seeing strength on the markets as Bitcoin has made a beautiful bounce. And once again the actual reason for that impact was done by Jerome Powell, as it's also being reflected in the strength on the equity markets and the weakness of the dollar at this point, as we can see that the Nasdaq is also trying to reclaim a very important level. So what is discussed and why are the markets reacting on this? That's what we're going to discuss in this update. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, which you can do beneath. Also like this YouTube update and don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Yesterday we've also done a live stream at 7 p.m. Central European time. I found it quite cool to do so. I think it was quite nice to you as well, as we have covered many topics. One of them was the actual Fed. So if you want to rewatch the live stream or be a member of the next one, definitely do not forget to follow or to check me out next week at 7 p.m. on Monday, Central European time. So let's actually discuss the markets, or at least the price movements right now. And in the meantime, my light is going crazy. So I hope we can't see that on the video itself. But when we're discussing the actual price movements or the actual impact on the markets, it's the following. Once again, we've got a case where the markets were assuming that a new Jerome Powell news report or news item was going to result in another drop of the markets. But as I've been reflecting yesterday in the live stream as well, is that actually the actual impacts of those hikes of the interest rates were already priced into the markets at this point. So some new news is not going to influence the markets that much anymore, given the fact that we are already anticipating a few hikes to be done during the year. So that is already priced in. So any news regarding that isn't really going to impact the prices even more. And that's why we are seeing current strength on the markets. Also, we are seeing positivity on the markets at this point, given that the recent news, which is the balance sheet reduction, which is quantitative tightening that they were looking for, is actually not going to take place, or is not really a topic of concern. As Jerome Powell has stated, they're going to rediscuss that in the January meeting, but they are not planning to do so. And then second, he also stated that we are probably going to sustain or live in a period with low interest rates, which can be reflected into a period, or that can be pushing the markets even further upwards, given the fact that low interest rates are only beneficial if you're living in a climate with such a high debt ceiling or high debt level, which is the case for the US government, which is the case for many companies and listed equities as well. So the interest rates are going to sustain low. They want to keep the inflation relatively high, but if in the future the inflation sustains at those high numbers, then they will start hiking even more. So as a conclusion, the actual impact on the markets for this year will not be that much. The quantitative easing will be reduced and there will be some hikes to the interest rates, but that's already priced in. So I think that for this year, the markets are ready to continue rolling, and that's why you see the impact on the prices at this point as well. Finally, there's also going to be a Bitcoin and crypto report released in the next few weeks, which is actually going to be an exercise in asking questions and seeking input from the public, rather than taking a lot of positions on crypto and Bitcoin at this point, which is also not negative for the markets at all, and actually just probably the first step towards regulation of the markets. And to be honest, we need that to actually fulfill this market into a professional market, as right now there's still a bunch of crap in the markets, and we need regulation to actually make it go towards the next phase of this entire market. So all in all, we are seeing bullish momentum. We are seeing a positive reaction from a positive, renomination interview in front of the Senate committee for Jerome Powell. So I think this is actually a good impact, and it's reflecting price action that is actually on support, in which the majority is expecting further downwards momentum, and as an answer we're getting the actual opposite taking place. So let's head towards the charts to actually discuss the price action for a little bit. So what we can see on the price action of Bitcoin is relatively simple. We have been covering it yesterday in the live stream, which was also about the Fed, but also about the price action of Bitcoin in itself. I've also been trading this entire range, which means that I've been buying Ethereum heavily, I've been buying Curve heavily, and I've been buying Bitcoin heavily in this range from here to 39k. I've still got orders at 38. They will not be getting hit, but I've been buying heavily here. If you want to follow my trades, you want to follow my portfolio, you want to become better in trading and investing in these markets and have a beautiful return, check out the group in the description beneath. It's 8global.com. The gold membership, you can definitely copy trade my entire portfolio there. Also stake the portfolio that I have and have a thesis on the investment. So with the markets at this point, we have been reflecting on the price action. We have been stating the fact of this range that we are acting in. We've also been covering the fact that we've had this fake out which rejected at the range resistance at 42.8, and because of that we came back into the range, rejected the previous resistance for resistance again, and therefore we've taken out the actual longs on the other side as we are getting that liquidity squeeze to the other side and bounce back up. So we've done that, and given the case that we are seeing a fake out here as well, I was already stating that most likely we're going to test the opposite of the range, in which the crucial area to hold is this entire block that we have here, which is the area that I want to see it sustain, and we also get the level at 41.2. Both have been sustaining and then kicking in the news from the Jerome Powell, which I've just discussed, resulting in this breakout upwards. What do I want to see right now? I want to see the next step, which is that we're flipping 42.1. This is the beautiful support resistance flip, as it has been acting at resistance, and right now we are acting above that range resistance again. If that flips for support or we consolidate for a bit there, I'm assuming that we're going to continue moving. Given the fact that we're only having this small block here, I assume that once we get this consolidation and start moving again, this will be a very swift move, as there are not many levels in between. So I'm expecting bullish perspective, or at least I'm expecting bullish manners for the markets at this point, given the fact that we have just been breaking out of the price action and we are seeing continuation taking place. Nasdaq also showing strength, right? If we discuss fake outs, we might be having one here too. We've got a fake out on the opposite, or the upper manners, fake out resulting in a crash towards the other side of the range, in which we took out the actual lows, or the stops beneath the lows, as we drop beneath this support level here, took it out, are getting back in the range, reclaim of the area at 1550. That is definitely going to result in another rally towards the upside. Given the fact that we've been taking out on both ways, I guess that the next test of this high is going to result into new all-time highs of the markets, and that's only going to be fueled by Jerome Powell as well. Very short update, but I hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe beneath, and I'll see you again tomorrow.